What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new video. Today we have the top 5 best weapons in XDefiant in order as well. So we're starting with the 5th and then we'll go up to what I think is the best weapon in the game. I'm also showing the attachments, which is probably the most interesting thing. And I want to get right into it. It's just a quick informational video in case you're curious for what to use and what attachments to unlock. Of course, you need to get every gun to level 42 in case you want to have all the attachments. But for some of the weapons you don't even need to, but then you know what attachments you need to work towards. So the first weapon we have, which is a little bit of a surprise because I don't see many people use this, but trust me, this weapon is absolutely amazing if you have a little bit of a defensive playstyle. It's the M249, which is on the LMG class. I think it's the first or the second LMG you unlock, but you unlock it very quickly. It's an extremely good gun. The only problem is it's a slow weapon. So if you're running around, make sure you have your pistol out, because then you run faster in this game, a lot faster. But if you're on a stationary position, this LMG does not lose gunfights. Just make sure you're pre-ADSing most of your gunfights. So the attachments that I am using are for the barrel, I use the recon one. It's the first one you unlock, and then after reflex sight, you can also kind of mess around with the higher zooms in case you want to play really passive, but the reflex sight gives you that overview still when you need to kill multiple players. This one's important tactical. It reduces the ADS walking speed, but the recoil recovery is a lot better, so it makes it more of a beamy weapon. And since you want to play slow with this weapon, I think this is the best option you have. And then for the rear grip, I have the leather wrapped grip, which improves the ADS walking speed, but reduces sprint shooting time. You want to be able to still strafe with this weapon, so that's why I went with the leather wrapped wrap. And then for the stock, I have the padded stock, which is the first one you unlock, which I also think is the best one because it doesn't have anything that is against it, or any cons, I should say. But it increases the recoil recovery again, so again, it makes it more of a beamy weapon. Be sure to give this weapon a proper try. It might feel very slow and very defensive in the beginning, but once you get used to this weapon, it is really good. I got my highest kill game with this weapon on Arena, I think 93 kills, and it's just literally by ADSing, and no one will win gunfights from you. So the next weapon is the P90, which is a very good SMG. It just doesn't beat the MP7 in 1 versus 1 gunfights, but because it has that 50 round mag, it is really good for getting high kill games on the right map. It doesn't work on all maps. I noticed that with this gun, if you're going for medium range to long range gunfights, you need to be sure you're going to win the gunfight. You cannot win gunfights versus ARs or other LMGs or DMRs. You need to make sure the player's not watching you, but up close it's gonna absolutely shreds. With the 50 round max, you can kill multiple players with 1 mag. So the options that I have are the optical, of course, the reflex, then I have the tactical for the front rail. It makes it a little bit more beamy, which I thought was kind of worth it, because I noticed in this game there's a lot of head glitching positions, so even up close you want to be sure to have a straight aim. Then I use the recon barrel, then I have the quick draw, which makes this gun very fast. And then I have the stock, the padded stock. Again, it has no cons, so it might as well be worth using. The other ones have some cons that are not worth trying. So this is the setup that I have for the P90. Next up is the other SMG in the game, the MP7. This one will win pretty much every close range gunfights. Maybe you're gonna struggle versus the Vector, but not many people use the Vector because it's not that good with the amount of rounds it has. The MP7 is probably the best up close range gun you can use at the moment. I'm pretty sure it has 35 rounds. For the attachments that I use, the reflex sight, the pistol one, this is a good one to try out. It makes it a lot faster, so you want to be aggressive with this weapon, of course. The recon barrel, then I have the quick draw, which also makes it a lot faster. And the padded stock, I tried some other stocks, but I just didn't like it, so I went back to the padded stock, which is the first one you unlock, so that's pro. It is worth trying out the extended mag, I have noticed, because you can, of course, you get 15 plus bullets in its mag, which makes it a 50 round mag weapon, but I was missing out on some other attachments, and since I don't really use the 50 rounds that much, if I want to be pop stomping, I will go with the P90. I decided to not put a mag on this weapon. And next up, and I wonder if people are gonna agree with this, it's the AK. I put it in this on position number 2. It's of course the ACR, which is in position number 1. I wasn't sure which weapon to put on number 1. I think they're both great weapons. I just think the ACR is a little bit more versatile and a little bit more beamy than the AK. So I decided to put the AK in position number 2. I've used them both a lot. For the attachments, I use the recon one. I use the pistol grip. I don't use an optic. If you like optics and you need this on the AK, you gotta try and switch out probably the quick mag. But I really like the iron sights, so if you like the iron sights, no optic is working fine for this gun. I have the quick mag because the reload is quite slow on this gun. Then I have the weird grip, lightweight grip. Makes it a little bit more beamy, but it struggles a little bit extra with the gunfights, but I noticed that you don't really have those too often in this game. And then the padded stock again. Then for the last weapon, which I think is the best gun in the game right now, be sure to check the time if you're watching this video, what time it is. Maybe there's some updates coming out in the future that are going to nerf these weapons. I wouldn't be surprised if the ACR gets a little bit of a nerf. But for the ACR, I use the reflex sight. I don't like the iron sights very much on this gun. I have the pistol grip, the quick mag, grip tape, and the padded stock. So hopefully this video was useful. Be sure to subscribe. I'm putting out some more XDefiant content on the channel if you guys are liking it. Hopefully this was useful. If you have any questions, be sure to drop it in the comment section. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.